Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I'm doing okay, not too bad. It's really warm here today. I have the fan on, but I'm thinking about the air conditioner. But I'm going to be talking about, oh, well, first up, foremost on my mind is true love, a love I've carried in my heart all my life. True love really never goes away. It just doesn't. But fake friendships, see, this is like I'm correlating acquaintance of about 30 years with Israel. A couple of days ago, um, I had somebody that only comes in my yard when they need something or want something, but when they make deals, they're not a person of their word and always want to leave other people with the short end of the stick. I got sick of it. It's like, no, just wanting to use me. And it's like, no, go away. Don't come back. So we've got a saying around here, just another one to cross off our Christmas list. Well, Israel's never been on my Christmas list. When is the last time you've heard any rabbi talk about love for humanity ever? I never have. I've never heard it out of Masons. I've never heard it out of priests. Um, yeah, humanity if you're a part of their church, you know. Um, that's what's on my mind today. I shared some songs for Israel today, like Toxicity by System of a Down for Israel, couple other ones for them. So yeah. Uh, but then some people I've never met, some friends of Doug's that well, Doug's been cutting wood out of their place, helping them clean up their lake place. And Doug and this guy wear the same size shoe, and he had some brand new shoes that he had never worn that he just didn't like and didn't want to like just throw them out or give them. He wanted to give them away if people could use them. This was around Christmas time, and they hadn't been able to get back together. All kinds of things happened in between with both of our families. Um, but the day before, in the bottom of this bag of shoes, because they had asked what size I wore, and so Doug told them, and I totally freaked out. Aren't those pretty? I freaked because, okay, I love pink. Pink's my favorite color. Maybe not necessarily to wear, but yeah, I love like light pastel pink. It's like my favorite, one of my favorites. But I have these brand new pair of tennis shoes, not these ones, but a different pair that are kind of beige colored. And I got them to wear with my sundress, my yellow sundress around the house. Like I wasn't going to go out walking in my brand new shoes because I didn't want to get them dirty. I might, but so I've been thinking about getting a darker pair just to wear when I go out. And these are really cool Skechers, slip resistant. How thoughtful. Connie and Jim, if you're watching, I almost cried. I was freaked out. I really didn't expect anything. You know, I just didn't. It was a super cool surprise. I usually don't get many Christmas presents, especially from people I've never met before. So if you're watching me, thank you so much. You really have no idea how much that touched my heart. How thoughtful and kind and generous, you know, just really nice. So So you get rid of one friend and make new ones, I guess, when one door closes, another opens, that type of, you know, just to know there's good people out there. And Doug and them have helped each other now for, oh, I don't know, like maybe 2 or 3 years, something like that. Super cool people, very nice. So, yeah. Not the same with Israel. If Bibi Netanyahu was laying in the gutter, I would not pick him out of there. I'd leave him, and I'm an ex-nurse. In fact, I saved Doug's life, my estranged husband. I saved his life. After work, I had stopped in. I used to go in this little place called the Village. Um, they'd have hamburgers, or I'd have a beer. I usually had a Pepsi and a hamburger, or a tab, or I'd just go in there, play a game of pool before I went back to where I lived because I didn't want to go home. I was still underaged and somewhat incarcerated. But anyway, so I went to walk out of this place, and these guys that had been drinking came out behind me, and one of them fell off these steps and he was starting to swallow his tongue. Well, I didn't see him swallowing his tongue at first. I did see him fall. I didn't know that he had been on some medication and whatever, but I was walking back to my car and something told me to turn back around and look, so I did, and then I was able to instruct his friend to take his wallet and put it in his mouth. Watch for your fingers, they don't get chopped off. And I literally saved his my own estranged spouse. I saved his life, like about 40 some years ago, you know. So, but I wouldn't do that for Netanyahu. I really would not. Not at all. I wouldn't even do that for Trump. No, in way. If he's even considering going over there, and now Israel's crying that their hospital got hit, good. I hope they demolish your whole country. Hope they light it up like a tiki torch. So that's how I feel about that. These are not our friends. They are not our allies. None of these world leaders are. And no, I would not pick them out of the gutter. Not now. I might have even last year. Not now. So I'm not talking everybody with Jewish heritage. That has nothing to do with it. I'm talking about a country that owns big banks that we have bailed out. Then you go to get a home equity loan off of what you already can own, and their banks won't even help you or I. Nah, they have free medical, they have free college. Um, let's see what else. Let me check here. Okay, so they got their education, they got their free colleges, healthcare. There's some other stuff that they get when we send them $10 million a day, and we can't afford health care and college in our own, or university in our own country. That's ridiculous. I was going to pull it up, what exactly it was, but it's too hot for this. I actually just wanted to say hello to my friends and tell my um, Greek professor, boy, do you ever profess, um, that I've been, well, this is last night was the first night I didn't study any Greek because the channel I listened to, Greek Daily, had some other stuff on there that I wasn't interested in, but usually I have at least a couple minutes, 2, 3 minutes at least every day. of some type of Greek, um, out of the scriptures. He's in Matthew, I think, 2025, somewhere in there we are with all that. So, but I do have to go. I'm going to go and read the for the third time tonight before I shut things down, or later today here. I'm going to go read the Greek intensive course introduction again for the third time. Yes, Dr. Hillman, I will do that. No problem. Yeah, it's a little dry getting through it. I mean, there's nothing too, I mean, the information of how this all came about and the people that have worked on that book to get it out for people, that's all really interesting. And then it goes into the context of what is in that book, and that helps. It does help. Every time I see it, it helps put it in there, for extra learning. So I'm starting to recognize letters and like and KAI, like I'm starting to pick up on words and the meaning of the words and how they fit in there, and so it'll get there one of these days. Maybe not too long, once you start getting something in another language, it's easier once you get kind of the concept of this. This is what intensive is. Wow, that's a light word for the Greek language, the ancient Greek. Intensive. Wow, that's real. You have to be super serious about learning anything if you want to dive into this one, for real. You know, it is such a beautiful language, and somebody had mentioned, and I've noticed that a long time ago, you can see every single language on the planet has come out of this ancient language. You can see it. You'll know what I mean if you look into it. So, yeah, it's really neat. Mm, yeah. But back to that hospital being bombed. I mean, no, I don't want any innocent life taken. But that doesn't stop Israel from taking innocent lives. And therefore, I don't care about them. I'm sorry for the innocent people of Israel that have a monster for a world leader like ours is considering going to join forces with Israel when every other country in the world has banished them, and they're banding together against Israel and then ultimately against us. So, yeah. So, anyway, they're not our allies, people. They blew us out of the water in 1986, one of our ships. Nothing was ever done about it. Didn't matter how many people on that ship died. Then what is the one that's over there, going there now? The not Nemesis, but Nem Mestic, something like that. It's called. Yeah, it's an old ship, but there's still about 3,000 people on there. Just send them home. Stop the nonsense. Stop the bullshit. If these people are going to implement the digital currency and whatever their other nefarious plans are, just fucking do it and stop the bullshit. You don't have to be liars. Just, you want world dominance? Then just fucking do it. Just fight everybody straight up, because you're not going to do that. We're not. Israel's war whores. These people that boff babies, that's worse than a whore. These are demented, deranged, filthy. The filthiest creatures on the fucking planet say they're chosen. And say you're less than human. As they scream about getting their hospital hit. Oh, boo hoo, like we fucking care. You didn't care about Gaza. You didn't care about the Palestinians, the people that actually love other people. Yeah, no, yeah, I have Israelite friends. I have Palestinian friends. If you have a pure heart and a pure soul and you're out there doing what's right by other people, bless your hearts. I hope and pray nothing happens to you. I'm not addressing this to you. This is these demented world leaders that are playing war games with people's souls. Then you have these people, okay, so I could laugh or cry 1 second. Does that, like, if I speak on something that's awful, does that make me negative? Like throughout the whole day? These little fuckwads out there, excuse my flat out rage with the whole shit. Um, because I speak on it, I'm negative, and you don't speak on it, so you're virtuous. Yeah, pretend you're virtuous all you want by pretending, oh, I'm not negative. Yeah, well, if I slapped you across your fucking head, you'd be negative, and yeah, you would feel it too, by the way. I can slap you without physical violence, by the way, too, just like you're trying to do by calling me negative. No, I'm not negative, but if you want me to go dark, I'll go dark. Want to pretend you have virtues you don't carry while I do and get pissed off? Yeah, so what? Pretend all you want. So that's what's on my mind today. I heard it out of two people and I knew they were connected in the ether. One out in the living room. I'm not negative. Yeah, the fuck you say until you wanna be, you know. And then somebody on my Facebook and I knew they were in the ether, and it's like, I'm living a happy life, growing flowers, and I'm not negative. Well, yeah, my roses are in bloom too, and I'm negative about the bullshit that's going on in the world and happy at the same time. How about that? I must be so complex. You can't grasp that. Anyway, so I haven't listened to my music yet. I shared it for everybody else. I'll be after I get this uploaded, I'll listen to some music and chill and have a nice day. I made a really nice supper last night. I have leftovers, Swiss steak with the tomatoes, green peppers, and mashed potatoes beside it. Yeah, so I have some for tonight. Oh, it was so good. They have the brown gravy kind of Swiss steak, and I used to make that mostly, but I had just been craving the one with green peppers in there, and yeah, super good. And it has onions in it. My poor cats were smelling that cook in my. I put in my electric fry pan, and um, they were smelling it all day, and then they didn't get any. I gave them some mashed potatoes, and they have their crunchies. I gave them a bowl of milk. Um, so I mean, but I usually give them like treats or whatever. If I'm having chicken, I'll take a whole chicken breast and cut it up for my two little misfits in the house here. So, yeah. But yeah, not last night, and it was really killing them. Poor little things. So, yeah, that has to be hard. Because, yeah, they can't have onions. If some of you might know, it affects their white blood cells. It's very toxic. Onions are very toxic to cats and dogs. So I just wanted to speak on that, like people that say they're not negative. If I laid the shit on you that's been laid on me, you'd be beyond negative. You'd be downright ferocious about the whole thing. Then put your kids into the picture and have your kids or your loved ones being hurt or murdered, and that's beyond ferocity. I know I have a friend of mine out there, I'm not going to name no names, but you and I feel exactly the same on every level of this because we've been around long enough to see what's going on and to throw a wrench in it. And not only are we throwing a wrench in it, we will see plans disrupted that they thought were just solid, you know? Well, we're going to show them how unstable they really are, aren't we? Yeah, that's the fun part. Cheers for everybody who's fighting that good fight. Here's to you. All these liars out there, all these people that um, praise a whore god, the god of whores. They call what? The United States is Mystery Babylon. There's no mystery when it's Israeli money back. What's a whore? Whore isn't even a strong enough word for the sellout to humanity that these world leaders are. All of them. All of them. I don't care what it looks like who's going to go to whose rescue or who bands together against who. It's all bullshit. Yeah. Before we send any war, any soldiers anywhere, how about free college education for everybody in the United States? How about universities that teach agri and horticulture to people for free? How about that? Or would you rather go kill somebody? That's more important. That's more important than healthcare. I suppose if you sucked up of Israel hard enough, you'll get a good job in the United States with their system, and then you can afford health care, and everybody else, the working person, the manual laborers, yeah, fuck them, right? They only build the roads and everything else you live in. Yeah, fuck them. They don't matter. It's like when I was doing contracting work and I'd see these women that had the opportunity to just wear like a dress and heels every day. That's nice, sweet pea. I'm so glad you never had to break your fingernails, you know. And they'd look at me like with disgust. And I'd be tired and just dragging, and I'd like go into the store and get groceries and come home and cook and clean and go do it again, and it's like, and then they'd look at me like I was some kind of fucking because I was built better than them. Sorry, ugly bitches, but I worked hard. I'm just in a mood today, people. Whatever. You'd feel like that too. If you knew the dirty looks I had all my life, because like if I was in my farm clothes or whatever it was, and these fucking the way they treat me. It's like because I had to do what I had to do wherever I was to make my world go around. Yeah. Still holding my virtues, but then I can hear inside their little filthy brains and they tell me they're not negative. Isn't that precious? I must be a Tesla coil. I'm negative and positive. I guess it depends on what end you want to start on. Yes. And, yeah. I just want to tell everybody how I feel. I am not backing down. I will never, ever, ever call Israel my friend or my ally. That will never happen. If it does, then I somehow got dementia or something. Um, if I start talking like that, I've been drugged or they did something, implanted something in me or something, because that's not going to come out of me ever, you know? And this is all about true love, the love I've had in my heart all my life that nobody else can hold a candle to or even diminish no matter what they try and do. And there's times in my life that I didn't have a really full understanding of my capabilities, but I do. It's not going to be pretty. I don't want it to be. They don't deserve it. Oh, and for the person that said John warned him not to marry me, yeah, so did Luke. He said she's out of your league. But no, liars don't think that they're seen when they're lying. They think they're getting away with things, even when you know full well that they didn't, you know. That part for myself, I've always been very clear of my mission on this planet for the good of humankind, you know. There's more to that too, but I can leave it there. The person that I'm talking to will know it's you. Energy doesn't lie, you know. You know when you meet somebody, their spirit, whether it's good or bad or what their intent are, what it is, what it's all about. And yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're talking about a country that only helps us. When have they ever helped us? When has Israel ever helped us? But they're always draining the American people of more than money. Your freaking brains, you're brainwashed, thinking these are righteous people somehow. That's why I'm just pissed today and yesterday and the day before and 10 years ago and 10 years before that, before that, forever. It's been a long time. Well, I'm going to get this uploaded. I'm not going to stop talking about it. Most likely it's just going to get worse. But if I can actually do something, yeah, there's some help. Just getting things together and working together as human beings, we can help silence this greedy, bloodthirsty beast. And don't hold your words back. You know, you like I say, you can be happy and negative at the same time. Just like a battery works in the car with the positive and negative poles. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? Yeah. So, I'm not speaking on behalf of darkness for the negative. Don't get me wrong. I'm not passive anymore. And a lot of people think, well, this might have hit me in like when I was 20 or 30 or no. The last time people tried to put shame on me, I was a little tiny kid. And I swore then, I was probably about 4, that they weren't going to get away with it. So believe what you want. That's how long it's been. Anyway, okay. I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA, to only those who deserve peace and love. The rest of you, burn in fucking hell. The hell you're making for other people, burn in it. Fry. Talk to y'all. You good ones? Talk to you soon.